So when I come out from Africa, everyone in Dis wanted to burn me and my mother in a caravan down Sandy Lane off Saw Trap Road in Dis because of all the monster black lies coming out of DC3, Dis Christian Community Church, which is Hope Church now, Dis Post Office, concerning why I'd gone to Africa. And then a second genie was let out of the bottle. I was running a hostel for homeless young men. That was my Christian calling. I'd bought my mother's house, and she'd gone to Kisumu, Kenya to help street children and orphans. And some youths come round, several youths come round to see Brian, Gavin and Dale, who was staying with me. And among them was a young girl, and she was crying her eyes out. She was only 15, and the woman who was like a mother to her, she had just been stabbed to death, multiply stabbed to death in Barnum, which is near Dis, about 6 miles from Dis. And this woman was like a mother to her. She stayed with her every weekend. And she also thought that she was pregnant by a boy in Skull, youth in Skull called Rob Hammond. She was 15 and he was 17, who she now detested. So a real double whammy for her. She just lost a woman who was like a mother to her, who was in the Barnum Christian Fellowship. So had been multiply stabbed to death. And I knew the man who had done it because when I used to pick up the Padley's workers for Simon's coaches, he used to sit behind me. He had long hair, his name was Crook, he used to fish net, like to sea fishing and all that. And this woman had jilted him, finished with him, so he'd gone over and stabbed her to death and then shot himself. So anyhow, and she also said to me something that's really profound for a 15-year-old girl to say. She said, after this, she said, nothing will ever surprise me again. So who knows what a day can bring. You get trapped, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, can be fatal. Can be good things, can be bad things, but who knows what one day can bring. And even yesterday I was sharing, like, today is the day of the Lord's salvation, because tomorrow may never come. Tomorrow may be too late. And ironically, last night, I was on the laptop, I just finished, and some fluid got stuck in my throat. And I was coughing. I couldn't cough one way, and I was trying to breathe in the other way, and I blacked out. And then I was just suddenly conscious of my, heart and chest convulsing, 4 or 5 times. And then I come back round, but I was on the floor, blacked out. And that could have been game over for me last night. So who knows what a day can bring. So anyhow, the second genie that came out of the bottle, among these youths was Edmonds, who does the chip carts over at Diggleborough. He worked in the post office at the time, and I'm not saying that he started the story. But this big monster lie started in this, that I had got an underage girl pregnant, some said rape, and this was Kingfisher and Turrell's dairy, all the milkmen and all the postmen spreading this big monster lie, saying that I'd raped an underage girl, got her pregnant, and then because no one could turn her up, they reckoned that I'd buried her under, because I had a landscape and gardening business, which I also lost, because of monster black lies. But they were saying that I'd buried her under patios and groundworks at Halston to cover up the crime. The people at Kingfisher's dairy who worked there excuse me, who worked there, some of them were in Dis fishing clubs. They reckoned that I'd disappeared her into Dismere to cover up the crime. And again, there was no truth to this whatsoever. That was just one big monster black lie. But just how a big monster black lie can start and be delivered around Dis by then all the milkmen, all the postie assassins, Elliot Baxter, Watkinson, Lloyd Long and co. And like I say, I used to live opposite Victoria Road Post Office, and Lloyd Long, he could stir more crap and Dis sewage works, and that'd all be parcelled up and be delivered all around this by the postie assassins. So like I say, another story, another big monster black lie, all on the back of the monster black lies that came out of Africa. So like I say, I was getting death threats, day and night phone calls, because this used to have a lot of the old red phone boxes, so people were phoning me up day and night with all their monster paedophile, rapist, Ripper, Fred West, Sutcliffe, Manson, serial killer lies, death threats. Reckon the hanging tree was waiting for me. My ex warned me not to go over Stuston Common because they had all heard that men would be waiting with baseball bats for me. Kingfishers in with the young farmers, sent me shotgun cartridges saying there was one with my name on. So no amount of death threats, cutting my brake pipes, loosening my wheel nuts. So I lost a wheel on a fully loaded milk float, shut up a van at Thalvin, doing 40 miles an hour. I thought the prop shaft had gone, suddenly all this vibration, then the rear passenger side wheel came off. That put me on the other side of the road. I narrowly missed a lorry coming the other way at 50 miles an hour, so that would have been a 90 mile an hour impact that I wouldn't have walked away from, a head-on collision. All because of monster black lies, and monster black lies will 666 get you killed. And so just another big lie in the very long, deep, dark, black disc serial killer frame, monster black bluff, porcupine serial killer lie that disc cancel, MP Knobhead SS Bacon, number 10, Norfolk Bacon SS, Dis SS Police, all their spies, cronies and informers, Royal Mail postie assassins, vigilantes, postie mayor, want everyone to believe a true, though never the case 39 on all accounts. And I say that's Skelton Road over there, the flats and all that. I've had the crackheads out there 4 times, all tooled up, full of drugs and monster black lies, wanting to devour and feast on me, crack my framed fixed head. The last visit was 2 a.m. in the morning, trying to smash the door in. That's how they would have got a very big surprise had the door opened. So I say, that's the one. Monster black lies in TikTok toxic town. This that can cost you everything, not just your business, your home, your employment, your friends, your family, but can also cost you your life. So anyhow, God bless, take care, keep sweet, keep safe, and we'll speak again soon. But just remember, who knows what a day can bring. Deadly killer virus on the loose, deadly killer spirit on the loose. And the big question is will you escape in time? Will you get out alive? Anyhow, God bless, take care.